Today I will do a Lance review. The review will be about the Lance in G&B. There's one thing that is genuinely known, and that knowing is because of one thing. That one thing being it is actually good, being the longest melee weapon so far in the game. In my opinion, it is one of the most ironically good ones. I highly recommend this as one of the best range, since it is basically nearly always a headshot and you don't have to waste a lot of time. But there's one fatal problem, 15% slowness. This 15% could have been the main important stuff. Like for an example, what if you are in the running game? But there's one thing, it is perfectly synchronized with every single Officer Corps weapons, being the Splatoon, and also the Splatoon, in my opinion, is the inferior one because, well, if Charge is your other weapon, I'll probably do one more review about the Charge one probably soon, I guess. I highly recommend always grabbing the Heavy Saber, which costs, in my opinion, its overall cheap amount of francs being only 100 francs, which is actually quite easy because if you get an average of 100 francs per game, then you'll probably get it in 7 games. But if you're new, this will actually be one of the longest ones. If you're new to the game, you're probably gonna take like 20 to 30 games to get this, but it's one of the most highly investable and actually good stuff. It's the second best except for the another one, the Heavy Saber, which review will probably happen when basically tomorrow. Or probably 1 hour later or 2 hours later, I don't know. Also, use the correct angle. The exact amount of angle that you desperately. It isn't a guaranteed one shot, but the amount of range this thing has, you can actually melee bombers without even dying. Without dying at all. But one problem, the speed problem. I highly recommend just walking normally when you have to do an objective like the London where we have to walk to the hallways. Always just walk normally. Don't use don't use the Heavy Saber, or when you're walking, just equip nothing. Unlike Blood and Iron, which forces you to equip something, this won't. And also, use your weapons. And if you're wondering how long this will, also you don't have any. The Pike will also force you to not use. The Pike also removes the fact that you don't have any more type of guns. Yeah, no more guns, no more muskets, and carbine or anything else. Also, of course, artillery pistol, and also rifle. But who cares about those two? Also, there's something called a tar bottle, which I'll probably make a review about like next 2 to 3 days. Also, don't use your Pike in this type of thing. It is basically gonna give you a slowness buff and you'll probably die. Also, don't go head first. Always stay for a group. I should have known that. There's also probably going to be a respawn soon. There's also a reset, but this is actually a J tanks, but I'm not sure if you realize that, but that's basically a death sentence. Because the bridges are falling down and also you don't walk normally since the lands will actually slow you down by a humongous margin, which isn't that much, being only sand. But yeah, it is good, and this is also the end of the recording.